Two-in-one convertible laptops are devices that I've always wanted. Like, the idea of it is really cool, to have a laptop that can turn into a tablet just by folding the screen back, but there's always been issues with usability. It's just something that comes with the nature of a screen that folds back, and then you're now holding a keyboard that's at the bottom of a laptop. It's a lot of companies attempt to do it, but a lot of companies don't do a good job at it. And that's why I don't cover them very often on this channel, because I feel like a lot of companies produce them, just they're not really noteworthy. This one is the HP Spectre X360, and of all the two-in-one devices that I've been able to use, I think this is the best one in terms of usability for the average person. So there's a 13-inch and a 15-inch version to this. This is the 13-inch, and my honest opinion, if you're kind of deciding between a screen size for 13 or 15-inch for two-in-ones, there's very few people that will be able to comfortably use a 15-inch two-in-one as a tablet. As a laptop, that's great, but if you're looking for a two-in-one and you plan on using it as a tablet relatively frequently, I would go for the 13-inch. Okay, let's start with the keyboard. It's a good keyboard, can't complain. It's backlit, very good layout, good spacing. It's a little bit slick because the keys don't have any texture. It's just like a smooth plastic, but it's a very comfortable typing experience. And the trackpad is also good. It uses a Synaptic driver. I would have loved to have seen a Windows Precision driver, but it's actually a very good touchpad. It's got good tracking and good button mechanics. There is pen support, and it's included in the box, but the pen itself isn't amazing or anything. I mean, it works. It does everything that a kind of average stylus would do, but it feels like an older generation Surface Pen to me. Ports on this thing are pretty standard for an Ultrabook. There's two USB-Cs, one USB-A, a micro SD slot, and a fingerprint sensor. The USB-C support Thunderbolt 3, and it's 4-lane PCIe for the people that want to plug this thing up to an external GPU. Inside, the RAM and the Wi-Fi are soldered on. The SSD is replaceable if you need, but that's basically it. Everything else is soldered on. The battery down here is a nice size, 60 watt-hour slab, and the battery life is very good. It's pulling a comfortable 9.5 hours with the screen at around 250 nits. It's relatively long for a two-in-one device. I mean, there are devices that have longer battery lives than this, but it's very good. The performance on the 13-inch X360 is actually quite good. A lot of two-in-one devices are using Y processors, which I don't love. This is using the regular U processor, quad-core 8th gen Kaby Lake R, and it's awesome for multi-core stuff. You do need the right type of application for the CPU to really flex, but these are really fast processors. Gaming performance is pretty limited. Light games will play at reasonable frame rates, but nothing amazing. The Intel HD620 is not a gaming GPU, so you kind of expect that. Now, one of the more interesting things about this laptop are the fan noise and the thermal performance. So this thing has two fans, which at first I thought would give it some amazing thermal performance, and it does, but not in the way that I expected. So this laptop is quiet. One of the quietest laptops that I've ever used, even on load. It can get a little warm, nothing too bad though, because you can comfortably use this laptop on your lap. Now, because this thing had two fans, I was under the assumption that this would have the ability to increase the wattage in XTU to sustain boost clock, but I wasn't able to. I was getting throttling even with undervolting. And it's not a weak AC adapter, it's a very comfortable 65 watt one, but it's just that this laptop was not designed to run above the original thermal specifications. So the fans on this laptop are great if you just want to keep things adequately cooled while being quiet, but you can't push out crazy performance with them. The usability as a tablet is where this device excels, and I think this is where a lot of manufacturers just kind of fail. So here's the thing, if you're going to buy a two-in-one device, if you're going to spend the money and pay a little bit of a premium to get a two-in-one device, you have to be someone who's actually going to use it as a two-in-one device. I know it sounds really obvious, but a lot of people will buy something like this and just use it as a laptop and rarely use it as a two-in-one, and it just doesn't make sense. If you're going to use it as a laptop, just purchase a dedicated laptop. But if you're going to pick up something like this, you got to be damn sure you're going to be using it as tent mode, presentation mode, tablet mode, and this thing is very comfortable to use in all of those positions. It's weird because visually there's a lot of angles and edges on the Spectre, but it's actually really comfortable to hold. Now there's 4 speakers on this device. There's 2 on the top and then 2 on the bottom, and they've positioned them in a way so you get clean audio in laptop mode, tablet mode, presentation mode. It doesn't even matter. The audio itself is not amazing. I'm not going to say that this is the best speakers ever. It's an Ultrabook, but they sound good. But most importantly, you have access to clean audio regardless of the position you have this thing set up in. All right, lastly, I want to talk about the screen. This panel is a 1080p panel. It's bright, it's got a good color gamut, and the viewing angles are good. Now the side bezels are thin, they look nice, but the top and bottom panels are thick, right? Well, they look a lot thicker than you would want them to. But I think they do this on purpose. A lot of 2-in-1 devices have thinner bezels, and it looks nice, but in terms of usability, these thicker bezels on the top and bottom are really nice in tablet mode. There's just way fewer accidental clicks and taps when you're handling the device, which is something that I think a lot of Windows 10 tablets have an issue with, but you just don't get that with this thing, and I really like that. The webcam looks pretty clean, and it's located in the normal position up top, so it doesn't look up your nose or anything like that. The overall device is very comfortable to use, and it's just something that a lot of manufacturers overlook or just straight up don't care about. 2-in-1 devices should be comfortable as a laptop and as a tablet, and this guy does both well. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.